to sit here and I'm going to show you all how to make the tutorial of your mini top hat. Now what you need your hot glue gun, your template that you all have received in the email. And I didn't feel like going to Walmart like as usual, but I have some cardboard. Here's the inside and here's the outside. Of course, the beer can box, nothing unusual around my house. You need also a headband. And I've got some flowers and some corkers and just some loose ribbon that I've had just laying around for making hair bows. And I also actually have a hair bow there. I've got some jingle bells and some little stickers and some glitter paint. Let's see. Now on your template, you will see you've got two spots. This is a big circle, and then you have a little circle that is connected to the rectangle. When you go to cut this out, you want to cut this circle here, and then you want to cut this out but keep it connected. If you don't keep it connected, you will completely screw it up. I did my first attempt. I cut the circle out and realized, hey, I did the wrong thing. So you want to go ahead and you want to cut your big circle out. There's the big circle. And here I am cutting along the rectangle. And now I'm cutting around the circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it as perfect can be, so you don't have a lopsided mini hat, which I did on my very first one. I was just in a rush to see if I would be able to do it and if I could follow the directions very well. And I couldn't follow the directions very well. I'm the kind of person that you can give me directions all you want, but I'm hands-on. I do it the way that I'm comfortable at doing it and the way that is easiest for me. And then when it comes to these top hats, you can literally make a top hat for any occasion, any day. I made mine for New Year's Eve party that we hosted at our house for the first time, and they were a big hit, especially with men. Okay, now I have cut out the two pieces, and you see how this is connected still. And this little flap here, you want to also make sure it stays connected, because you will glue that to your part when you get ready to assemble it. And here in this big circle, you will see that there are lines going across the middle of it. These lines you can cut across, or you can leave it, whichever one you prefer. But I have also noticed that if you put it on a headband, you want it to be sealed. So when you get ready to trace it, you just want to lay it down flat. What I normally do is I lay down the rectangle with the attached circle first, so I know about how much room I've got. And then I'll lay down this piece, because if you use the foam, some of the foams are not long enough to do both parts like this. The foam you will probably have to set side by side like this, so you want to make sure you kind of work with it before you actually go to trace around it. And I have an ink pen here, just, you know, to do a quick trace. And you make sure you want to trace it really good so you can see where to cut it at. Guys, this is my first video ever, so just bear with me. I'm not used to being able to talk and create a video and a design all at the same time. I'm pretty good at doing everything else, but not that yet, so just bear with me. Okay, here you can see that I have done the outline of the attached flap, the attached circle, and the rectangle. Now on the template that you all received in the email, you will see that there is a shaded part on either side of the rim. And you want to go ahead and just, make sure that you add that in there so you know what it's for. And what it is for is when you cut it out, you will take a strip of hot glue down the sides, and that is how you will connect to get your circle part of your hat, which I occasionally will call it the rim or the sides or whatever. And then you want to go ahead and trace your other circle here. And since we're not going to cut out the center, I'm not even going to worry about drawing the lines. But if you was to go ahead and cut out the center here for maybe, okay, for me when I cut out the center, I took some elastic and I just took a hole punch and hole punched either side and took the real thin elastic and I strung it from side to side so that way they could wear it as a hat like a birthday party hat. That's all I ended up doing with some of them, and then some of them I actually attached to a headband. So, and the very first one I made, yet again, was made out of a beer can. We have a lot of beer can boxes laying around my house. As just about every weekend we're having a family and friend get together, and the men like to drink and so on. And then us ladies make food and tends to the kids, and occasionally we might pick up a little drink or something, but we're normally the ones that are sitting talking about this and that and our jobs and everything else in the world and what our kids are doing. Just like last weekend, we had a few friends over from our old place that we used to live at, and we caught up on things and played with little bitty babies and everything else. And when you're cutting this out of foam, it will be so much faster because foam is a lot easier to work with and not as complicated or thick. It's flexible, it's flimsy, and you can kind of bend it to be able to cut along your lines a little better than you can cardboard boxes. But I honestly would prefer cardboard boxes when doing this project, just because it's sturdier, more durable, and it holds a little bit better than your foam does. But hey, foam's cheaper than having a beer can box or any type of soda box or anything else. Excuse me. Okay, now I have cut out the actual two pieces, same here, that you got in your template email. Okay, now when you are assembling this, I'm going to show the pretty Milwaukee here. Okay, on the edge of this, I'm just going to take a little bit strip of hot glue, just enough to know, well, might need another hot glue. No, not another one. My hot glue gun is telling me that she's ready for retirement, I believe. But you want to make sure you get enough hot glue on there to where it will secure the edges well. And you want to press and hold it a little bit until you know it's sealed and it's not going to come apart or any funky things. It looks like you've got a little can. And now you take this little bitty flap that was on the top of your template here, and you want to just fold it down to get it just about even to where the circle will still, be seen, and then just work it around. Sometimes you got to play with it.